supposed to contain a taped interview with a suspect. Now, how do you expect my girls in the typing pool to transcribe it when their ears are being GBH'd by bouts of coughing, someone blowing their nose, another one scratching his backside, and a million telephones in the background begging for someone to answer them?
You're exaggerating, Delia.
You know what the shuffling of papers sound like when it's right up close to a microphone?
No. But I know you're going to tell me.
It sounds as if you're slapping a suspect about the face. Now, there are rules and guidelines when using audio equipment. Your department should know that.
I'll tell the lads to be more careful in future.
You do that. And you want to do something about your breath. It smells.
Do you ever fancy going to a museum for a change?
Yeah, I don't mind, really.
Sunnyhill Police Station, good morning. Putting you through now, sir.
Anything educational, right?
Me? I'm a sucker for art, would you believe?
Anything happened since I popped out?
Sunnyhill Police
Oh,
Station.
yes, Smith and Edwards. They've gone to a disturbance at the bank in Townsend Road.
Disturbance at the bank, eh?
That's what the assistant manager said. Someone arguing about their account.
It's good, really.
I can't see what the problem is.
Isn't that Tosh's missus?
The police? What's it got to do with them?
Mrs. Lines, what seems to be the problem?
I'm not budging an inch until this man gives me some money.
You don't have any money in your account, Mrs. Lines. You can't have what you haven't got.
There must be some money in there. Anyway, my husband's monthly paycheck's due any time. Ask these officers.
Look, can't we discuss this somewhere private?
I'm not moving till this man gives me some money. For God's sake, I've got kids to feed.
We use your office.
By all means.
I'm not moving.
Please, Mrs. Lines, let's talk about this in my office.
Yes, that would be more sensible, Mrs.
This
Lines.
way, Mrs. Lines.
Please?
What are you lot bloody well staring at?
Why don't you try and get hold of Tosh?
Yeah, right.
Can I use your telephone?
Yes, go ahead.
Sunnyhill Police Station. Hello, Taff.
This disturbance at the bank, it's Tosh Lines' missus and kids.
Tosh Lines is missus. And kids.
She's creating merry hell because they won't give her any money. Can you get Tosh down here as quick as you can?
All right, leave it with me, Taff. Give me a number and I'll call you back. Right. We've got aggro. I think you should know about it.
I can guess. I'll go get Tosh. You get a car up there to whisk her away a bit quick. Don't want us washing our dirty linen in public if you can help, do we?
Sierra Oscar to 86. Are you receiving me? Over?
Loud and clear, over.
Right, can you go to the London Capital Bank in Townsend Road and meet PC Edwards? Re a delicate inquiry.
If Alistair covers the 2 burglaries in Devon Close, Tosh can do the supermarket cheque fraud. That leaves the alleged indecent assault down to you, Ted. And I'll do the alibi inquiry. What took you so long?
Well, you lumbered me, Gov.
What, darling Delia?
You know who?
She's a pussycat.
Yeah. Oh, God, this is stone cold.
Well, what do you expect? There, get yourself another one.
I thought you said you could handle women.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for all your moral support when she showed up.
My pleasure.
Yeah, cheers.
See you later.
Wait, Alistair, come here. Tell me something, will you? Does my breath smell?
Not that you'd notice.
Oh, thanks a lot, pal. Cheers.
Your husband drew out £400 on the 3rd and £200 on the 5th. You were then £750 overdrawn.
Why would you have drawn out so much money?
Thank you, Jean. This is not the first time your account has been overdrawn by such an amount.
Yes, but it's always put back as soon as the paycheck goes through.
I've already taken your credit cards back, Mrs. Lines. I cannot, as a bank manager, allow this situation to continue.
But I have to live. I have to feed the kids.
As soon as we get hold of Tosh Lines, he'll be here, OK?
If you can get hold of him, you'll be luckier than me.
Tosh,
Yeah.
your wife's down at the bank,
My wife?
creating hell. Apparently there's no money in the account.
Oh, my God.
Trying to keep it as quiet as we can.
You couldn't lend me some money, could you, Alec? Just for a few days, till I get paid.
And you better be getting down there.
Yeah.
I'll give Edwards a ring, you know, tell him you're on your way.
Yeah, cheers.
Couldn't you let me just have £20?
Mrs. Lines, you and your husband are overdrawn. I have sent numerous letters addressed to both of you, letters you have totally ignored.
How about if I wrote a cheque out for £20 and gave it to Mrs. Lines?
It wouldn't make any difference.
God, what am I going to do?
I'd lend you the money, but, well...
I don't want charity.
All right. Mrs. Lines, I will let you draw £20 on the clear understanding that you and your husband make an appointment to come and see me, and by that I mean together. Both of you. Together.
Get hold of Edwards for me.
Thank you, Mr. Hicks. I'm sorry I caused such a scene.
That's all right.
No, I feel awful about it. It was just I was so desperate.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Sergeant Peters would like a word with you.
Right. Sorry about this.
Don't worry.
Not the first, Mrs. Lines, and you won't be the last. Next Tuesday morning, then?
Thank you.
About joining the Hong Kong police?
Yeah, I don't think they could afford me. What the hell does he think he's doing?
Maybe he's collecting money for the firm.
Either that or he's in business for himself.
Yes, Pete?
I don't like the sound of that. Keep it on speaker.
Urgent assistance required. Capital, London Capital Bank.
Right, if you get all units down to the bank and tell them to approach with caution. Just do it. MP.
All units in vicinity of London Capital Bank, Townsend Road, junction with Cyprus Avenue. Armed robbery in progress. Proceed with caution. Repeat, proceed with caution.
What's going on?
Banner Road, this junction, Spencer Beach Road, Chigwell.
Look, I've told you, on the other side of the road. I want you back on the other side.
Stop, come with me! Will you get back on the bus, please, now? Tosh! Tosh! Stay there!
What's happening?
There's been a bank raid!
You're joking, my missus and my kids in there?
Now
Get out of my way, June!
Tosh!
Tosh, get out of my way!
Ramsey's been shot! Repeat, Ramsey's been shot!
Tell her to hang on. Ken, get CID.
We'll get help down there straight away. MP from Sierra Oscar, are there any PT-17 officers in the vicinity Townsend Road? Over.
Get out of here! Get out of here! To the corner!
Peter, cover us from there. You two, cover us from the gold one.
Get back into me, come on!
Okay, that's all right.
PT-17 officers.
Been done, sir.
Inspector Burnside.
Could I speak to the Assistant Commissioner, please? Yes, I'll hold on. Has Ramsey's wife been informed?
He's not married, is he?
Lives with his mum.
Well, could you pick her up and take her to the hospital?
I'm cadrim duty, sir.
I'll do it.
No, I want you to go to the hospital and report on Ramsey's condition by the minute. Yes, well, could you find him for me, please? Go on now.
Right, sir.
Alec, get Bob Cryer in, will you?
It is his day off, sir. I'm sorry, I'm thinking aloud.
Just get Bob Cryer in.
Yes, straight away, sir.
And Alec,
Sir.
don't worry about leaving the CAD room without a sergeant for 5 minutes. They've got any problems, tell them to ring me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hello, sir. Brownlow here, sir, Sunhill. We've got a bit of a panic on.
Will you go to the hospital?
Peter! Cover this stretcher! There's a stretcher coming through!
Tosh? Yeah, I'm fine. Just fine.
Tosh! Watch yourself!
Yeah.
Oi! Oi, get that!
Chief Inspector Conway standing by to negotiate, sir. He's got considerable experience in situations of this sort. I've got every confidence in him. I would like to request some more PT-17 officers, sir.
Sir, they're going to release Smith.
Could you hold on, sir? There's been a development. Did they give a reason?
Sergeant Peters thinks they want to negotiate.
You mustn't blame yourself, Tosh.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
But you want to know.
Oh, God, please let it be all right.
Stand still! Turn right. Walk down towards the control van.
Are they all right?
Yes! Tosh, leave it out. Come on, he's going to be all right. Take him back to the car. Stay there, Tosh. Stay there.
I've been trying to get hold of Sergeant Cryer.
Go to the toilet, isn't it?
I've left a message with his
Barton
wife,
Street.
and she's going to
Admin,
try and
please.
contact him.
All right, Viv, he's here. Oh, hello, yes. Look, I'm trying to get hold of the next of kin of PC Peter Ramsey, who was transferred from your station.
Thanks for your help.
Now, I believe it's his mum, but unfortunately our records at the moment seem to be incomplete.
49 Winston Avenue.
We're glad to see you.
Oh, no, I've got his address, thank you. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Bob.
Would somebody mind telling me what's going on here?
Sunhill Police Station.
No, I mean, I don't mind coming in on my day off, but I mean, this is 3 attempts I've had to get in.
Ramsey has been shot.
Shot?
Yeah, bank raid went wrong.
He's been shot in the chest.
How bad?
We don't know.
Well, everyone's down there, but Brownlow specifically asked for you to come in and take care of the office bit while I go and look after Mrs. Ramsey.
Right. What's happened so far?
Cubicle number 5.
Is this for
How many in there, Smith?
5. Who's been shot?
5 of them.
Who's been shot, sir?
Ramsey. Makes it very personal, doesn't it?
The Commissioner's given me full responsibility with all the backup I need. So don't worry, Frank. I won't let personal feelings get in the way, if that's what you're thinking.
Look, they've lost it in there, sir. Anything can happen. Tosh's wife and kids are safe, for the time being. I don't think any harm will come to them.
As long as we do as they say.
Try and put it out of your mind that officers and their families are involved.
Aren't we forgetting, with all due respect, sir, that Edwards has a wife too?
Aren't you forgetting PC Smith? All those hostages have families. My concern is not with individuals, whether they be police officers or not.
Sorry, sir.
Let's see what they want, shall we?
I'm Chief Inspector Conway. Are you in charge?
Yeah.
What do I call you?
Names aren't important. What is important is the fact that I've got 24 hostages. What you gonna do about it?
What do you suggest?
Deal will be in both our interests.
I agree. What have you in mind?
I'll let you know.
Trying to manipulate you, sir. He's far too confident for my liking.
I've all my men in position. The building's completely covered. Have you made contact?
Yes. Look, I think we might be able to bring this business to a satisfactory conclusion without anyone else getting hurt.
Any news on the officer that was shot?
Doesn't look too clever.
You can't say that, Frank. We don't know for sure. Look, I don't want any rumours being spread amongst the men. You say nothing, right?
As you said.
Is anything happening?
Mr. Conway's waiting for their spokesman to call back.
Well, we couldn't have a better man on the scene.
Mr. Conway?
Sir?
Yes, I've got great confidence in Derek as a negotiator, so's the Commissioner. Yes?
Sergeant Peters is with Mrs. Ramsey. She doesn't want to go to the hospital.
How's she taking it, did he say?
All he said was he was staying with her in case she changes her mind.
Right.
They're on, sir.
Yes.
I want a 6-seater car with a full tank of petrol and safe conduct out of here. For that, I release all the hostages, except the manager.
I can't allow that.
If I see any vehicle following us, including helicopters, we'll let him have it.
There is no need for any more violence, but I can't allow you to take civilian hostages. You must know that.
My concern is my men. You've got 20 minutes.
Are there any other children in the bank besides Mrs. Lines's?
No, sir.
Where are they holding them, exactly?
In the middle of the main floor, sir.
You can't let them dictate terms.
Is Lines still outside in the car?
Yes.
It's better that he doesn't know.
What are you gonna do?
Frank.
There are kids in there. Tosh Lines' kids and his missus.
Just stay out of this, Frank. It's my show. I don't want you as aggro as well as them in there.
Derek, for God's sake.
I know what I'm doing, and I don't want any more bloodshed.
Tea, Mum.
Thanks.
Any news?
I'm afraid not.
Sierra Oscar from MP. Rio 1030 for PT 17 officer. These will be at your location in 1 minute. Repeat, 1 minute. Scenes of crime officer has been informed and is on way, as are the photographers.
Ready when you are.
Right, who's driving the car?
I'll do it.
No, I need you in here, Bob.
Well, there isn't anyone else. And this one's mine, sir. And if it isn't done properly, it's down to me.
When you stop the car, turn off the ignition, and then go for the blue wire. I'll leave it dangling, so you can't miss it. And then just give it a little tug, and then tuck it away out of sight. Okay? It's all yours, mate.
They're on again, sir.
Yes.
You got that car ready yet?
Yes, but I can't allow you to take any hostages.
You don't expect me to believe you'll let me and my men drive away from here just like that?
I'd prefer if you gave yourself up. Now, I have to warn you that you're surrounded by armed police. And if anyone's life is endangered... Are you still there? Are you there? Hello, are you there?
This is my final word. I want that car outside the entrance in 5 minutes. I'll release all the hostages, except for the copper. He'll have a gun pointed at his head. The time for talking's over.
Put the car outside the bank facing this way.
You can't let them go. They can pick up as many hostages as they want, anywhere between here and wherever they're going.
Don't argue, do it! What the hell are they doing?
They're using the hostages as cover. That's what they're bloody well doing. Someone up there front.
Come on, the kids over here! Be close! Stay there, don't move! Run! Run!
Out the way, Yorkie.
Kids! Come here! Come on! Come on, kids! Come on, Sarah. Come on.
Go, go, go! What's the matter?
It won't start! It won't bloody start! It's a trap!
Shut up! Run. You drive.
It's all right, it's over. It's over. You all right?
Yeah, as soon as I see him, Mrs. Lines. Yeah, don't worry, love. All right. Cheers now. You know what? Tosh must have something going on the side.
Not now, Sergeant. I'm up to here.
Now, you think about his gut, Jim.
Oh, no, thanks.
His missus sends him off with a hearty breakfast. He stops on his way in to say hello to this floozy.
I'll leave it out, Sergeant.
That's why he's late, I'm telling you. His fancy bit gives him another fry-up. He can't say no.
Well, he pops in again on the way home for a quick one.
2 dinners. That's why he's the shape he is.
I keep telling the missus to change to the building society. There's a cracking little girl in there. And they open decent hours and all. None of this 9:30 lark. Anyhow, what's the panic? DI's in court, isn't he?
Now, maybe, but not at 8:30. He was pacing up and down in here wanting a word with you.
Who were you trying to impress at Harper State?
Something to do with that missing cider job.
That's all right, sorted.
That's not the impression I got.
Well, I used to know. Didn't he tell him?
He wasn't exactly in early either.
Dear, oh dear. Who's trotting your apples, Jim?
Look, some of us have got a lot on.
Sorry.
Oh, Tom Penny rang for you 3 times.
What for?
Now, don't ask me. I'm only the messenger.
If it's bad news, I'll have to shoot you then.
Custody, Sergeant. Oh, at last. Nice to have you with us, Lines. No, don't be like that. I'm doing you a favour. Got a friend of yours banged up down here. Do you want to come and see him? Oh, no, that'd be telling. You've got to come and see for yourself. No, he'll be here for quite some time, I should think.
Snide blister. You know, he's got a mate of mine downstairs. Probably Jack the lad Brunner.
Jack who?
Brunner. The one who nicked the cider. He should be in a nut house. Not here, if it's him. Brunner. Jack the lad Brunner. Just wait till I come. Just wait till...
Morning, Tosh.
Morning, sir.
DI about?
In court all morning.
Yeah, of course he is. Not to worry.
Sir? Morning, sir.
Morning, Lines.
Morning, off.
Look who's talking. I saw you creep in 10 minutes ago.
Tar. Sarge?
Where have you been?
Any inquiries?
You going to see Tom Penny?
I got the message. Are you going to tell me or what?
Step this way. Take a look. Like a lamb, isn't he? Simple drunkenness. Brought in 4:30 this morning. Standing on the highway, incapable of unfolding his legs. Wondered if you could confirm his identity.
You wouldn't have asked me down here if you didn't think I could, would you?
Just being thorough. Doing my job. They found his name and address on a student's card in his pocket. Your address, of course. But then you must know that.
His name's Roger Collins. He's a student at the Tech College.
So, what do we do now?
What, with him?
With you, lad, that's more to the point.
I wasn't picked up legless.
You know what I'm getting at.
He went out celebrating with a mate, something to do with his exams. When's his first review?
Half an hour.
What's the charge?
Nice to have some manners, wouldn't you say, in the circumstances? What's the charge, Sergeant? Simple drunk, no charge, brought in for his own good.
You'll be letting him go then?
Just a caution, unless anything turns up.
Have you looked?
The usual checks?
It's clean?
Let's say off-white. Of course, he's not exactly your urban type, which might explain...
He's from Leicester.
Not used to our ways, perhaps. So you know where he comes from, then?
I should do. He's been staying with us long enough.
Thank you, Lines. That's what I wanted to know. Staying and paying, or just staying?
You want to know if he's paying rent?
Well, your missus could do with it. The state you keep her in, by all accounts.
Who spotted the address?
Read the custody sheet when I came in. Could hardly fail to note where he lived.
Oh, make a hullabaloo of it.
Meaning?
Anybody else would have ignored it or had a quiet word, but not you, Penny.
Sergeant.
So it's all around the nick, is it? Tosh Lines hasn't got authorisation.
Just hanged yourself, haven't you? As at this moment, no one knows a thing. I'd no evidence you'd contravened regulations. You saved me a lot of bother, lad, now you've admitted it.
Thanks a bunch.
I did you the courtesy, Lines, of letting you know where Roger Collins is, in case you'd been at all troubled about him.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, Sarge.
However, since his predicament doesn't bother you at all, I can only assume you'll be equally indifferent to his fate. So I shall handle it, from now on, as I see fit.
He's putting a report in. I've just seen it.
He isn't.
Yeah. Regulations. You can't have lodgers, not lodgers, and get rent allowance, and that's that. You know what Penny's like.
Is that this Collins you were looking up?
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Not if you don't.
Make my day.
Yeah, Sarge.
Keep out of it, lad. I'm pulling rank.
No, seriously.
Never been more serious in my life.
You better watch what you say in public, Sarge. I might take you at your word.
That'll be the day.
You heard about Tosh Lines, Sarge?
Leave it, George.
What, won the pools, has he? Couldn't happen to a nicer fella. Help him spend it.
Sergeant Penny's reporting him.
You're spoiling my coffee break, George. Look, I'm trying to concentrate on a lady.
Breach of regulations.
You'll be breaching them if you don't get back to the shop. Go on, off you go. Is he serious?
Sounds like it.
I went to the bank, yeah. He's here, banged up. He's drunk. Tom Penny's making waves. We never ought to have had it. Look, I'm not blaming you, love. I'm not. I'm just saying that...
What's the matter?
We got this lad staying. The missus took him in as a favour.
Yeah, you told me months ago. Thought he'd have gone by now.
I didn't get permission.
Want to do what? Give him a roof?
To take a lodger. We're buying our own place. I'm getting rent allowance.
You can't take a lodger without top brass approval.
I didn't think it was worth the hassle for 3 months. I mean, by the time the paperwork was through, he should have been back home.
So why wasn't he?
He failed his finals, didn't he, eh? So he had to stay on and take him again.
Well, how long have you had him?
Year and a bit.
What's he got to do with Penny?
He went out and had a few bevies last night with a mate. And he got himself nicked, cross-eyed. They filled in a 57 from his student card, and he's only scrawled my address on it, hasn't he, eh? Oh, no. Tom Penny comes in at takeover, reads it, and his eyes light up at the prospect.
Well, what can he do?
He can put in a report.
Yeah, somebody have to act on it.
Once the word gets round the top brass, they'll be wetting themselves. They'll act all right.
Monroe wouldn't.
I'm talking about Conway and Brownlow.
Leave it out, Ted.
Brownlow gargles with mouthwash before he picks up the phone to the DAC.
I'm going to make some coffee. Do you want some, Tosh?
Yeah, I'll have a tea, please, Jim. Too.
Yeah, same for me. It'll sort itself out, mate.
Yeah.
So why didn't he get permission, the idiot?
They'd never have said yes to a student. I mean, come on, would you?
If he was clean, yeah. He is he?
I don't know any more than Kathy told me. But anyway, Bob, you need approval first. It's no good writing in afterwards and saying, oh, by the way, I've got this grass-smoking, foreign-looking red lodger. Is that OK? Oh, talk with the devil.
Do you mind, Hollis?
Have a quick word, Sarge.
Some other time. Is Andy in the picture?
Look, it's important. It must be. It's about Tosh.
We're going to have a word with Tom.
Look, what are we going to do, Sarge? I don't like to see mates in trouble. Hang on, I'll come with you. Best way at the moment, I say, Reg, is to keep this shut.
We've got enough of these, haven't we, Sarge? Always keep 200.
Right.
Tom!
Ah, Bob, just the man. Can you hold the fort?
You got a couple of minutes.
That's all it can be. Order that lot up pronto, Garfield.
Yes, Sarge.
Selling or borrowing?
Tosh Lines.
Ah.
You know what I'm asking?
Nope.
All right, let's make it hard. How far has this thing gone?
You can't contravene a little bit. Rules are kept or they're broken. There isn't anything in between.
And did you know that Tosh had broken any?
Knowing him, it was a fair bet.
In other words, you tried it on?
You having one of your do-gooder turns? I don't need this.
And Tosh Lines doesn't need it, and his missus certainly doesn't.
Turning into God, are we? The old Dixon image not good enough anymore?
Look, we need to keep blokes like him in the force, not throw them out for the hell of it.
It was a blatant breach of discipline. What do you want me to do? Play Nelson?
Tom, you are being overzealous.
In your opinion. Anyway, you're too late. The report's already gone upstairs.
For God's sake, he's going to lose his job.
I doubt it.
Look, you know what the atmosphere is like upstairs these days.
OK, so he's dismissed. Is that my fault?
Yes.
Fine.
What disciplinary charge, Hollis?
And I'd be glad if you'd remind him, if need be, that should he require legal representation, Federation funds are available to defray the expenses. And apart from that, obviously there's
Three
also...
things, Hollis. No, 4. 1, you're not listening. 2, I do not know what you're talking about. 3, DC Lines has his own departmental inspector.
Oh, yeah, but Mr Burnside isn't available, is he? I mean, that's why...
I haven't finished. 4, if there are matters of this kind to discuss with Lines, then I suggest you discuss them with him.
Yeah, but I thought the least I could do was, to talk to a reliable senior officer to ensure that Tosh is
Have you
aware
tried
that-
getting in touch with him?
No.
Then I suggest that's the first thing you do.
Yeah, but if I could explain, sir, I thought it had already gone too far, with you having a report and that.
I hear what you say, Hollis. And if your assistance is required, I'll make sure Lines knows it's available.
Thank you, sir.
Sergeant.
Sir?
You want to shout?
No, sir, just checking the beats.
Everything all right?
Yes, sir, I'd just like to get out if I can. Get a breath of fresh air now and again.
I know the feeling, particularly at this moment.
Sir?
Hollis has been to see me.
Oh, yeah.
Declaring his intention to defend Tosh Lines. I didn't attempt to unravel the details. Can you fill me in?
You ought to talk to Hollis. He's just nabbed me. He wants to be my friend at the hearing.
Bit premature. Does he know there'll be one?
He must have heard something.
I was going to say you should get him to fix up some money counselling.
That's another thing. Debt? It's too human for a copper. It's not allowed.
You're terrible with money. What do you do with it?
I don't know. Kids, clothes, shoes, you name it.
When you see Mr. Conway.
I haven't heard.
Why's Tom Penny playing it this way?
The moon's in the wrong quarter. He wound me up and I fell for it.
Well, listen. If there's anything I can do,
Ta.
He's admitted it.
But you've not spoken to him?
Not as yet.
It's a shame Penny went into print.
Lines has breached regulations. We can't condone it.
No, sir, but ordinarily you'd kick his backside and be done with it.
Possibly. The trouble is, where's the chief stand? Does he know or doesn't he? If he does, what's he waiting for? To see how I jump.
If he had any sense, he'd leave it to you anyway.
He'd also be worried about what area expects of him. Can't have senior management letting their lads get away with anything, all that.
Would you like me to talk to Lines, sir, in Frank's absence?
I think not. The report's come to me. I better be seen to deal with it.
No, I'm just concerned that
No.
these things can easily get out of hand. Well, the whole relief's on edge before you know where you are.
Look, we've all been there, Andy. What you've got to remember is that Aries Antennae won't miss this. Lines has not only taken a lodger without approval, but the lodger, as it turns out, has a record.
That I didn't know.
Yeah. Arrested once on a CND demo, a couple of times on a picket line. One assault upon a police officer, a violent history.
All before Tosh knew him, I take it.
You can't hide the facts. A disciplinary inquiry has to be watertight.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I think it's bound to.
Andy! You wanted a word.
Come in.
I've had a cracking morning. One of the best in a long run.
Good.
Seen off one of the nastiest little toe rags on the patch. Evil little rat.
All above board, was it?
That's not a very nice thing to say. You couldn't have done a cleaner job yourself. So, what can I do for you?
We've some trouble with one of your lads, Frank.
Mine?
Turns out he has a lodger in contravention of the regulations. No consent.
Tosh?
Oh, you knew?
No. It sounds like him. He can be a saphead sometimes.
Unfortunately, a report went upstairs before anyone could stop it. Climate and politics being what they are, the thing may go up to area.
Oh, that's marvellous. Who blew the whistle?
That's not the problem.
No? One of your wooden tops, was it? Couldn't keep his nose out?
An officer has committed a disciplinary offence. It can't be ignored.
What can't be ignored is that when one of the lads is in trouble, we should stand by him, not conspire to jump off the ship with the rest of the rats.
I don't intend to get heated, Frank. I hope you don't.
And I don't intend to lose Tosh Lines. He's too good a flaming copper.
You are aware that this is a serious disciplinary offence?
Sir?
For which the punishment, at worst, could be dismissal or a requirement to resign. Well, is that a yes or a no?
Yes, sir.
And you knew, I take it, that it was an offence at the time?
I did, sir.
Then why in God's name did you do it?
It was a temporary arrangement, sir. I thought by the time the paperwork had been done, always provided consent had been given.
Had you cause to suppose it might be withheld?
The lad's a student. It's not the most popular of breeds.
Especially one with a CRO number.
I didn't know he'd got a record, sir.
When am I due at area? This week, isn't it?
Tomorrow afternoon, 2:30.
Ah, in which case I'd like this to go across. Make sure it gets there today, will you, area complaints? Wait! I wonder if I should add a personal note to it. I said wait, Inspector.
Can I have a word, sir?
Right, just give us 5 minutes, will you? This had better be urgent, Frank.
I just heard about Tosh, sir.
You heard what I said. If you'd have been here earlier, you'd have been consulted. As it is, you'll have to wait.
If you're going to report Lines, sir, you'll have to report me as well.
Say that again.
You heard.
All right. What are you up to?
I'm just stating the facts, sir. If you're going to report Tosh Lines, you'll have to report me too.
What do you mean?
I gave him the OK.
You did what?
On that letter of his. I told him to take the kid in.
On whose authority?
You know how long-winded these pen pushers are. It's only for a month or two.
Mr. Burnside, perhaps you need reminding that I am the chief superintendent in charge of this station. It's to me that officers under my command need to apply for permission...
Yeah, well, I'm the officer in charge of a bunch of lads who spend all their time trying to sort your crime figures out.
That's enough.
Well, I'm not having them wasting their time filling in forms to get permission to give some poor kid a roof over his head.
You will give them whatever time they need to comply with the regulations.
Oh, well, in that case, it's Tosh and me both, isn't it? He was acting on my instructions, and I'd tell him the same again.
Get out, Inspector. I'll talk to you later.
Sir?
Ask Mr. Conway to come in, will you, please? Thanks.
I cannot allow a DC to undermine station discipline. If one offends, we all offend, Lines. That's how it looks to outsiders.
This has got nothing to do with anyone else, sir.
You know damn well what I'm talking about. The damage you've done to morale must already be measurable in cost terms.
There's no need for other people to get involved.
They're already involved, Tosh, whether you like it or not. Yes, sir. Wait here, will you?
Was it your intention to stir trouble for Lines?
Not at all, sir.
Only to seek his help in dealing with Roger Collins?
Correct.
Think carefully, Sergeant.
Sir?
I'm asking you to consider your answer.
I intended to let Collins off with a caution. I simply informed Lines of the facts.
In which case you acted, Penny, as an accessory to a disciplinary offence. That's very serious.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not having that.
Did you or did you not suspect that an offence had been committed?
I had to be sure, sir.
But you just said you weren't concerned about it. Only about the prisoner's situation.
It wasn't like that. As soon as Lines admitted...
So you were testing him?
In a way, sir, yes.
Then, once you'd confirmed your suspicion, why didn't you come straight to me? And if you felt obliged to put it in writing, why send it upstairs?
Mr. Conway would have to see it eventually.
I don't like underhand dealings. We use established procedures. My reports go to the Chief Inspector. Your reports come to me. If this goes further, that's how I shall deal with it, Sergeant. Correctly.
To lose a good DC's bad enough. To lose a DC and a DI is just too much. In the circumstances, I'm going to leave it to you to deal with, Derek.
Right, sir.
If it should be raised at area, I shall explain I'm perfectly satisfied with our own internal inquiry. They've got no reason to feel insecure about discipline here.
You don't want to see Lines at all, sir?
No. But you can tell him from me that I expect that lodger to be out of there by tonight.
Will do, sir.
Good boy. Go. Hi, Tosh. Yeah, Tosh. Alfred, my son. What's the score? I don't know what you said, Gov, but I owe you one.
No further action?
A few harsh words. I got to give the lad his marching orders, but that's all.
What'd you do it for? Money?
Of course not. Every drop helps, though.
As the old lady said. Right, forget about it. Put it behind you. But for God's sake, get your missus an abacus or something and sort yourselves out. Now get your wallet out. You can take me down a pub and buy me a drink.
Morning, Tosh.
Hiya.
Seen the paper then?
No, I haven't had a chance yet.
Oh, Jasmine Allen's done it again. Mugger stabbed by his own knife.
Really?
Oh, it's going to be the good old police powerless, residents fight back number. Going to go down like a cup of cold sick with your DCI.
Oh, dear.
Morning.
Morning, mate. Now, that's what I call street crime initiative. Hey, now, hang on a minute. Who was this mugger?
I don't know. But the report will be on Reed's desk.
Oh, yeah? Excuse me, Mom. Barry Davies?
He's in a pretty bad way, apparently. They gave him an emergency op as soon as they got him there.
Thanks, Bob. Morning, Tosh.
Good morning, Mum.
Been reading your paper?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Sounds like the sort of incident the Jasmine Allen could do without. Something wrong?
No, Mum, I just happen to know the boy that's been stabbed, that's all. Barry Davies.
I see. Come in.
Thank you. I'm just a bit surprised, that's all. I'm flabbergasted, in fact. I can't imagine him carrying a knife, never mind pulling it on someone.
Go on.
Oh, he's been at it all right. Mixed with the wrong crowd when his dad left 3 years ago. But I really thought he'd sorted himself out. I really thought he'd grown out of it.
Perhaps he grew into it.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But it's still a weird one. There's hardly any witness statements in Ted's report, are there?
No, nothing useful.
Worth a dig?
Well, anything's worth a dig, Tosh. It's just a question of priorities.
The boy's been stabbed, Mum. I would call that a priority.
Yes. Why don't you get over to St. Hugh's and see if Davies can give us his side of it yet?
Right, Mum.
Oh, is it B?
I didn't realise he was in intensive care. Probably a wasted journey. I tell you what, you go and see how he is and get the surgeon's statement. I'll see who's got in the visitors' room. Might get more out of them.
Hello, love. DC Carver. Excuse me.
Is there someone with Barry Davies? I'm a police officer.
Mr. Lines, I'm Barry's mother. We've met before.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Well, Mr. Schofield has patched it up, but the bundle of his is a pretty tricky part of the heart, and the next 24 hours are going to be critical.
What about the wound?
Yes. Well, it was a very clean injury, straight in and straight out.
Was it? It was supposed to have been done in a struggle.
There's the rub, isn't it? Oh, I wouldn't like to say.
It's like it's happening to someone else. I'm just sitting here watching. He's got a job, you know. He does the shelves in the supermarket. So why does he need to rob someone? I don't understand.
Well, to be honest, Mrs. Davies, I was surprised myself.
And a knife? Barry? He's never hurt anyone in his life. You know that, Mr. Lines.
As far as I know.
He's not that kind of boy. He was always such a...
Well, like I said, I was surprised. Look, can I ask you, Mrs. Davies, did he know the man that he tried to mug?
I don't know. Who was it?
A Mr. Michael McGee.
What? McGee? McGee's crazy. He's always going on about cleaning up the estate, fighting back at the muggers.
Now, hold on a minute.
He tried to get patrols going. Wants to win back the streets.
Has he threatened Barry?
He's threatened them all. He hates the kids on the estate. And now he's stabbed my son. Barry didn't have a knife, Mr. Lines. He wouldn't have.
Are you saying McGee might have attacked Barry when he tried to mug him?
Yes, I am.
I was amazed, I'm telling you.
By Mike McGee?
That's right. But it's one to our lot, all right, eh?
Yeah?
It's about time someone fought back at the little scum. They think they own the estate.
Yeah, I suppose so. Listen, can I,
Fancy a heart starter?
Well... No, thanks, Mr. Rawlings. So, McGee obviously can handle himself a bit, eh?
Mikey? That's the laugh. One of these is what he handles best. He's all mouth.
So what's he going about when he's down here, then?
Sorting out the little beggars that roam the streets, mostly. Cleaning up the estate. Why'd you ask?
Just routine inquiries.
You don't think...
All right if I contact you again, Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, but...
Come on, Jim. Oh, Mr. Rollins. Thanks again for your help.
Very subtle, Tosh.
It's not my fault. Just because we're there at all starts them thinking.
Yeah, let's hope the DCI sees it that way.
Well, she'll have to. Our kid's been stabbed half to death. And just because he's a mugger doesn't make it right. I'm not going to go pussyfooting round just in case I upset the residents of the Jasmine Allen.
Yeah, but you've been told to watch it, Tosh. The public interest?
Someone's kid, Jim. You think about it.
Sorry, nothing. I stayed inside when I heard all the racket. I always do.
OK, thanks.
Still, he got what he deserved, didn't he, eh? About time the little Torres got a taste of their own medicine, isn't it, eh?
Thanks for your help.
Thanks a lot, love.
You're welcome.
Ta. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Any joy?
That's not the word I'd use.
I've got something. The old girl back there. She reckons she saw them arguing in the car park just before it happened.
Arguing?
Yeah. Just down there, in the middle. By the lamppost. Now, you don't argue with muggers, do you?
I don't know. You would if you didn't want to hand over your cash.
If you had a knife,
I suppose. Look, it depends on the bloke, doesn't it? I mean, we've already established how McGee felt about muggers. He's hardly likely to say, here it is and God bless, is he?
Now, McGee said he was on his way back from the pub, and that's in his statement. Now, something doesn't smell right, and you know it. And if McGee did attack Davis, that's GBH at the very least.
Yeah, but you're going to need a lot more than we've got if you want to convince Reed.
Yeah, I know. But I'm not done yet.
Hang on, it's McGee's house, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Tosh?
My job.
Well, we were told by Reed not to...
Yes?
So your husband's back at work then, Mrs. McGee?
Oh, for sure. It would take more than a scratch like that to keep our Michael at home. Will you have some sugar?
2, please, love. Excuse me.
Yes, I'll have 2, please.
Sarah Oscar from DC Carver.
What exactly does your husband do?
He's a driver. He'll be over 2. Why do you ask?
Oh, I just wondered. Thank you. Has he been left the army long?
Tosh.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, Mr. McGee. Yeah. What's the matter?
Davis has just pegged it, Tosh.
Could I use your toilet, please, Mr. McGee?
Of course. I'll show you where it is.
No, it's all right. I'll find it myself. Thank you.
Thank you. It's truth.
Those are the facts, sir, yes, sir.
Yes. I hardly know where to begin, Lines. With you or with your facts?
Beg your pardon, sir?
McGee's an ex-paratrooper, right?
Yes, sir.
He's got a room full of his army stuff. Is that a criminal offence?
No, but...
He was a squaddy for 23 years. What do you expect, a Dolls of the World collection?
Sir.
So we got a witness who saw the beginning of the incident. We got Davies with 8 counts of street-and-related crime. And we got McGee with a clean record who phones the police and the ambulance and sits waiting like a lamb. Anything strike you at this point? Because I tell you what strikes me, Lines. A copper with a stupid idea lodged in his head. You knew Davis, didn't you, Tosh?
Yes, sir.
Went to the hospital, intensive care. Saw him there with his doubtless very pleasant mother and younger brother. Rather upsetting, I dare say.
No, sir.
Poor Davis, without a dad, lying on his deathbed.
No, sir. Now, hang on a minute.
DC Lines is a very experienced officer, sir.
I have been totally objective.
Have you? Then why am I listening to a load of rubbish being passed off as evidence? Eh?
Can I have a word with you now, Tosh?
Why not? Everybody else has.
Well, it's just that I was present at the stabbing last night. I dealt with McGee.
Yep.
Well, he was quiet. He was shaking. There wasn't a hint of pleasure in what had just happened.
I gather that.
So where does CID get the idea from that he's some kind of cock-of-the-hoop vigilante who's trying to clean up the streets of Sun Hill?
From stupid old me.
And you?
Yep.
Where did you get the idea from?
Half a dozen places, trying to detect a crime. Now listen, if McGee had a knife on him for whatever reason and he stabbed Barry, then it's a crime. And it's a pretty juicy one. It's called murder. Now look here, job description number 1, detection of crime. That's my job. And that's why I look into a stabbing, whether it's a mugger or the Queen of flipping Sheba who's been stabbed. Right?
Right.
Now, Michael McGee, he's been giving up a lot of chat about cleaning out the estate. He's in back at the muggers, right?
Yeah.
So why is he so quiet? Why is he so shell-shocked when he's just achieved one of his life's ambitions and got one? Why isn't he cock of the hoop?
Because he's just stabbed somebody. He never said he wanted to stab the muggers, did he?
Well, he said everything but.
So he would be quiet and shocked if he'd done just that, wouldn't he?
Possibly.
And given the sort of bloke he is and all his chat, wouldn't that make him more likely, not less likely, to fight back if he was mugged?
Precisely. And he might just be the sort of bloke who pulls his own knife and then stabs Barry. Jim? Yeah? You fancy a pint?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah?
Here? But this is McGee's pub. What do you want to come back here for?
Just thirsty, Jim.
But it hasn't got anything to do with us anymore, Tosh. You said so yourself.
Come on, I'm buying.
Tosh!
I don't like being made to look a prat, especially in front of Reed, right? Now, this is where McGee said he was drinking last night. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to have a pint and wait until it's dark. And then I'm going to retrace his steps back to his flat. OK?
There we are. That wasn't very productive, was it?
No. Hang on a minute, Jim. Come over here. Follow me. Right, now his flat's up there, yeah? The stairs to his flat are there, right?
Right.
Now, the incident took place over there, just under the lamp.
Yeah, but Davis was found on the ground by the wall, wasn't he?
Never mind where he ended up. That's where the old lady saw them arguing. Now, who in their right mind would say that that was on the way back from the pub? Why did he make a detour over there?
Well, perhaps his car was parked there. Maybe he went to check up on it, get something out of it, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. Just hang on a minute, Jim.
Open up, please, sir.
All right, look. I was here last night, all right? But I weren't with...
Jim, can you,
What's your name?
Yes?
McGee comes over to this geezer by his car, right? Gives it an oil, tells the kid to move away. The kid pulls a knife on him.
Are you sure?
About what?
Well, who's got the knife?
Do you think I'm stupid or something? Well, it's just like it said in the papers. He was going to mug old Mikey or have him or something. I don't know. Yeah, well, they had this bit of a scrap, you know, sort of struggling with each other. And then Mikey knocked the knife out of his hand, didn't he?
He did what?
Well, McGee got the knife off him. Landed on the ground.
Jim?
So you're okay, aren't you? Now that what you've told us tallies with our witnesses' statements, the picture's clear.
Can I go then?
Yes, you can. Interview terminated.
So, If Davis was killed in the course of a struggle, as you describe, then it's a legitimate case of self-defence. You were fighting for your life, weren't you?
Yes. Yes, I was.
I need a word, sir, right away.
Concerning?
This case, sir.
We'll wait here.
Well?
We found a witness, sir. A kid necking in the car park. Saw the whole thing.
And?
I've been wrong all along, in one way. Davis did have a knife, and he pulled it on McGee.
Just like our man says.
Yeah. I was barking up the wrong tree. But McGee knocked the knife out of Davis's hand, and then he picked it up, and he stabbed him with it when he came at him again.
Did he now?
Yeah, probably the kid didn't know that he'd picked it up, and he went at him, and he got himself stabbed to death for it.
We're going to have to put this up to the CPS for murder. Manslaughter at the least, isn't it?
Yes, sir. In the eyes of the law.
Indeed. Well, I'd have another word with Mr. McGee. Well done, Tosh.
Sir.
Carver.
Sir. Well, I reckon that's a pint he owes you.
Oh, I don't know. He's now got to nick McGee for defending himself. I'd call it quits.
Do you no harm on your application if you can say you spent time with us sussing out the nature of the job?
It's really useful, thanks. I'm keeping my eyes open and my mouth shut. But if I can actually help at all, just say the word.
I'll tell you the truth, Tosh, there is something you can do for us.
What's that then?
Nip down and get the sandwiches. Little shop, second on the left. Mine's cheese and pickle on brown bread.
OK.
That's being on call, Tosh. You've got to stay close to the phone.
All right.
I thought they'd take him in the ambulance. It really is very distressing having him here.
Well, there's no point taking him to the hospital when there's really nothing they can do for him. However, arrangements will be made for his removal once the doctor's been seen. I have the gentleman's name as Len Richards.
That's right.
Can I have his address, please?
35. Elcott Gardens.
Age?
He was 48.
Next of kin?
His wife, Janice.
Can I have your name and address, please?
Do you really need me? I have to be home soon.
You're a witness. I'm afraid we do.
Carol Dutton, 51, Gateside Street.
Right. Were you both with him when he died?
Yes, we were all in here, just having a drink, and Len said he was feeling a bit ill.
He was short of breath. Andy had a pain in his chest. She said it was indigestion.
Indigestion, right. So we said he ought to lie down, right, Carol?
Right.
So we helped him into the spare room, tried to get him comfortable.
Loosened his clothes.
Yeah, helped him off with his clothes. And,
He passed out on the bed. I did first aid, and I couldn't find a pulse. So I just tried what I knew.
She couldn't have done any more.
I don't know if I did it right. I just want him back.
48 from 358 receiving.
Go ahead, Gary.
Sarge, reported sudden death, Harlow Street. It's definite. I thought you might want to look.
On way. I'll have the coroner's office informed.
Ah, thought I was going to have to go without you, Tosh.
You what? Got a call. All right for tag along? Of course, as long as you behave yourself.
How do the witnesses come across?
Both very shocked and distressed, but there's something very funny about the whole setup.
You saying it's a suspicious death?
I don't know about the death, Sarge. It's how these people relate that's a bit iffy. The dead man and woman live somewhere else, different addresses. They're all supposed to be having a drink together, but there's only 2 glasses. And the woman?
What?
No, she seemed really genuine, really in bits about it all. But when it comes to describing what actually happened, the bloke's taking a lead from her all the time.
They're painting a picture.
Well, I say they were definitely giving us a version.
Hi there.
Got a body for me?
Yeah, it's inside.
So you woke up one morning, Tosh, and you realised you weren't going to make Commissioner?
No, as soon as I made GC, I thought, this is it. That's my level. We're not talking frustrated ambition here at all. Not at all.
Well then.
It's not the job of joint, basically. And then you've got to say to yourself at 55, which is no age at all, is it, these days? I'm going to be out of my ear. And what am I qualified as? A security man?
Yeah. At least we can go on till 60 in this job. So if you get a board for coroner's officer, you'll say I want the job because I'm brassed off with the police.
No, I've got a very positive attitude. I did one of these personality profile tests in a newspaper, and I came out a people person. I think I'm very well suited in dealing with the public when they're stressed and grieving.
Oh, well, Tosh, you're laughing.
Yeah.
The doctor's seen him.
Now, can somebody make arrangements?
Your friend will be moved when the coroner's office has been.
The coroner's officer? This is turning into a 3-ring circus.
It's a legal requirement in the event of a sudden death. I'm sorry if you find that distressing, but it's the way it is.
Can I go now? I'll need to be back with the kids in a little while.
I'm afraid the coroner's officer will have to take evidence from you. And anyway, I would like to get a better picture of the circumstances surrounding Mr. Richard's death.
Oh, he just died. It's bad enough. Why rake over it?
Because unless I can get a clearer picture, I'm going to think that you're concealing something. And then I have to treat this as a suspicious death. That involves a full-scale police investigation.
What?
Right, you told my colleague here that you were having a drink with Mr. Richards when he was taken ill.
That's right.
Champagne. In the early afternoon, were you celebrating something?
Oh, well, we have this little syndicate betting on the horses, and we had an accumulator come up.
Oh, that was lucky. Can you remember the names of the horses?
Len was the betting man. He knew the form. We just followed his selections.
OK, so you were all having a drink together?
I didn't. I was going to be driving.
You told my colleague that you and Mr. Cheney took Len into the bedroom and tried to revive him.
As God's my witness, I did the best I could.
You removed his clothing?
Well, you've got to give him the chance to breathe freely, and you need to get to the bare chest for the heart massage.
Yeah, I understand that, but he was only wearing a shirt. I mean, his jacket and trousers were hung up neatly on a coat hanger. That doesn't seem to me to be what you do in a medical emergency. Gary, would you take Mr. Cheney through to the kitchen, please?
Mr. Cheney?
David Cheney's making this up as he goes along, isn't he?
He wasn't even here. Len was alone with me when he passed out. I called Dave on his mobile.
What were the circumstances of Len Richards' death?
Oh, that's it. I don't want to say any more.
You wait there a minute, please.
Paul Harvey, coroner's officer.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harvey. June Ackland.
This is...
Yes, I know. Do come in.
Hello, June.
The body's through there in the spare bedroom.
Right you are.
Tosh, can I have a quick word?
What?
I haven't flagged this up as a suspicious death. I didn't ask for CID. I'm in charge of the investigation. I'll shout for you lot if and when it's appropriate.
No. I am not official.
Eh?
I'm thinking about putting in for a job at the coroner's officer.
What, are you leaving the police?
Well, I've not actually burnt my boats, but I'm just considering my options. I'm going round with Paul, so I know what I'm talking about if I do go for a board.
Straight up?
Well, yeah, why?
What's this like kind of work experience then?
If you want to put it like that, yeah.
Oh, I mean, anything you want to know, Tosh. Don't be too shy to ask.
Bloody hell.
Well, don't tell me it's squeamish, Tosh. This one's immaculate. It's like he died happy.
It's not that, Paul. I know this bloke. He's in the job. His name's Len Richards. He was a DC at Barton Street with me years ago. We were in the same football team.
Oh, that many years ago.
This must be a bit of a choker for you, Tosh.
Yeah, it is very sad, I must say. He was married, he got a little girl. She must be at college now. His wife was a nice woman as well. Janet. No, Janice it was, Janice.
Look, Tosh, perhaps you can do me a favour. I've got a witness who's given me the runaround. A bit of personal information might just work the oracle.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
All right, come on in.
Are you Mrs. Richards? Is your husband Len Richards?
Yes.
I'm afraid I've got some very bad news.
Oh, God.
How long had you known him, Carol?
Well, only a few months, really.
But you knew him very well, I can see that. So will you help us clear up and find out just exactly what did happen here today? Len was a policeman. He'd understand it was necessary.
Yeah, all right.
You told me earlier that David Cheney wasn't here, that he was telling a story.
I hardly know Dave. He's an old mate of Len's. He lets him use this flat during the day.
Let's be quite clear, Carol. Use it for what?
To see me.
You having an affair?
He loved me. We had a future. We had plans.
Plans?
See, Len's got this place in France. Well, it's just a ruin at the moment. But he's going to... He was going to leave the police and do it up, and we'd live there. He'd let Janice have the house in London.
Carol, you're doing the right thing by getting all this off your chest, but can you tell me what happened today?
He had the champagne on ice, and we took it through to the bedroom. We made love. And I thought, I don't know, I might even have said it. It'll never get better than this. I hope I said it. Afterwards, he was lying there looking so peaceful with his eyes shut. And I said something to him, and he didn't react. I thought he was just winding me up. Then I noticed he wasn't breathing. I checked his pulse. And I've told you all the rest. I did everything I could.
I'm sure you did.
Right, we're finished here.
What, nothing iffy after all?
Well, nothing illegal.
Well, that's all I need from you, Carol. I realise how difficult this must have been for you, especially given the circumstances. I'd like to thank you for your cooperation.
What happens now?
What I've got from you is the evidence of death. I need to take medical evidence. Obviously, that means talking to Mrs. Richards, finding out whether her husband was seeing a doctor recently, whether he was suffering from any medical condition, whether he was taking any prescription drugs, and so forth.
Will you tell her?
It depends on what she asks.
But if she doesn't ask, there's no need for this to be dragged into the open, is there?
If Len Richards wasn't known to be suffering from any illness, then we'll need to carry out a post-mortem.
Oh, no. I don't want that. I don't want him messed about. Can't you just leave him in peace?
I'm afraid that's not your choice, Carol.
No. She's got him now, hasn't she? I'm right out the game altogether.
What I'm saying is, if the post-mortem were to find that he didn't die of natural causes, then there'd have to be an inquest. And in that case, you'd be called as a witness.
This is a nightmare.
Of course, Paul. It'll be in no one's interest for Janice Richards to know exactly how he died.
But if she wants to know exactly, then I'm going to have to tell her.
Yeah, but we've all had occasion to version things in this job, haven't we?
Listen, Tosh, let me make this quite clear. I'm an officer of the Coroner's Court. The Coroner's Court has precedence over all other courts in the country. I'm not going to mislead anybody just to square things up for an old mate of yours.
No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I sounded out of order. In fact, he was never a mate. I never really liked the bloke, actually. It was his wife I liked. I felt sorry for her.
Why is that?
Well, Len's always putting about a bit. Carol's the last in a long line if she didn't know it.
Tosh!
Hello, Janice. I'm very sorry about Len.
And you came right away. Oh, it's so good of you, Tosh, after all these years. How did you hear about it?
Actually, I'm working with Paul here. He's the coroner's officer. I'm sort of learning the trade.
Paul Harvey, Mrs. Richards, my sympathies for your loss. Your husband is in the care of the coroner's office at the moment.
Can I see him?
Yes, that can be arranged. First of all, there are some questions I need to put to you.
I thought he just collapsed, didn't he?
Well, that's the information we have, yes, but the coroner's court has to investigate every sudden or unexpected death, and I make the inquiries on the coroner's behalf.
Oh. All right. Well, come in.
Thanks.
Would you like some tea?
Isn't there anyone else here with you, Janet?
My daughter's on her way. The WPC said, did I want a neighbour in, but, well, I'm not that big pals with any of them. And they'll all soon have their noses in my business.
Well, how about me making the tea? Save you in a bit of a spare part.
Well, you won't know where anything is, Tosh.
I'm a detective.
So, to the best of your knowledge, Mrs. Richards, was your husband suffering
I
from...
gave up when it came to the milk jug.
At least you're more use in the kitchen than Len is.
Thanks.
To the best of your knowledge, was your husband suffering from any medical complaints that could have led to his death?
He was the picture of health.
And had you seen a doctor in the last 2 weeks?
No, not for years.
I understand your husband was 48 years old. Can you give me his exact date of birth, please?
48? In his dreams. He was born June the 10th, 1944. He was 53. So near to retirement. That's what's going to be so hard to come to terms with. We had plans.
Plans?
We got this little property in France. We were going to do it up properly. Live there permanently. Silly expression. Live permanently.
In view of the medical evidence, Mrs. Richards, there'll have to be a post-mortem examination on your husband to try to establish the cause of death.
I don't want that. I don't want him hacked about. Look, he's due some respect.
I understand your feelings, Mrs. Richards. Nobody wants a post-mortem. But you want to make the funeral arrangements, and that can't be done without a death certificate, and that certificate has to show the cause of death. I'm afraid we're all bound by the law, Mrs. Richards.
As you said yourself, Janice, he was the picture of health. Wouldn't it put your mind at rest if you knew what the cause was?
Maybe you're right, Tosh. I'm sorry. Where did he die exactly? The WPC said an ambulance was called and they couldn't do anything to help him, so was he taken to the hospital?
Your husband died at 100 Harlow Street.
What, collapsed in the street outside there?
No, he died inside the house.
On inquiries?
No, it was a social visit.
Harlow Street? Well, what was he doing there?
It's the home of David Cheney.
Oh, of course it is. Oh, no, I understand. Those two were inseparable, Len and Dave. Always up to some mischief. Like a couple of school kids. Men.
Well, if there's anything I can do for you, Mrs. Richards, at this very difficult time, please let me know.
Hello, Carol. I heard you wanted to see me.
Yeah. Thing is, I did something a bit silly yesterday.
Well, go on.
Len always wore really smart shirts. Proper double cuffs. He was always very particular about his appearance. I think that says a lot about a man, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, he had these really nice gold cufflinks, nothing flashy. Very tasteful. They were a family heirloom. They belonged to his dad.
All right.
They were on the bedside table when it happened. Well, I know it's a terrible thing to think at a time like that, but just as the ambulance arrived, I thought, we're going to have strangers barging in here and... Well, you do hear stories.
You do, yeah.
I dropped the cufflinks into the ice bucket as I carried it into the lounge. I was just holding on to them for safekeeping.
Well, that's fair enough.
I could say I forgot they were there, but I didn't. When I was talking to you and Mr. Harvey, I thought I should hand these over. But then we were talking about the post-mortem. And I thought, she's got him. She's got everything, and I'm left with nothing. I'm entitled to a keepsake.
But you changed your mind.
It's not right in the end, is it? She ought to... Janice. She ought to have him. Can you deal with that?
Yes, of course. We believe these were Len's.
I gave them to him. Anniversary present.
I've asked you to come in because we now have the verbal report of the findings of the post-mortem. The causes of your husband's death were found to be myocardial fibrosis and coronary occlusion by atheroma. All that means is that your husband died of a heart attack. The condition of his heart means it was quite likely to occur. Could have happened at any time, any place.
I see.
There'll be no need for an inquest. The coroner will issue a death certificate and you can go ahead and make your arrangements.
It's going to take a long time to come to terms with this.
Yes, of course.
I'm still a bit numb. I suppose that's normal. I was flattened yesterday. There's one thing that does make me feel better, though.
What's that?
Knowing there was someone with him at the end. I'm really glad that Dave was with him when Lem passed over.
I'm sure that must be a great comfort to you.
I'm sure if it had to be, then the way that it happened was what Len would have wanted.
You've both been very kind. Not an easy job, is it? Dealing with these things day in, day out. I'm sure you'll be very good at it, Tosh.